The day the Bikini Atoll witnessed the birth of a radioactive monster that shattered the very laws of physics. July 20th, 1956. Deep in the South Pacific, Operation Redwing promised to secure absolute military supremacy for the United States. Scientists were prepping for the Tewa test, an experimental device named, with bitter irony, after a Native American tribe. On paper, it was supposed to be a controlled thermonuclear detonation. In reality, it was a 5-megaton game of Russian roulette. Inside the suffocating observation bunkers, the cold sweat and the thick tinted glass could barely conceal the creeping fear of the unknown. Over the loudspeakers, the final countdown echoed, beneath the unforgiving tropical sun. 3, 2, 1. It wasn't just an explosion. An apocalyptic flash completely erased the horizon and melted the sand into boiling glass. But Tewa harbored a terrifying secret within its internal architecture. 87% of its lethal payload came directly from pure nuclear fission. It was, by design, the ultimate dirty bomb. The fireball expanded with an unfathomable fury, violently tearing out and vaporizing millions of tons of coral reefs. Unpredictable atmospheric anomalies began to trap the massive radiation instead of allowing it to properly disperse. The sky above the Pacific grew corrupted, twisting into a sickly canvas of toxic hues and heavy shadows. In the command posts, physicists watched in absolute horror as the dosimeter dials went completely haywire. Their calculations had failed them. A steady rain of radioactive ash began falling like a ghostly snow over the once crystal waters. Entire ecosystems were suffocated and poisoned in a matter of minutes, branded with an invisible lethality. Thermal winds carried this dust of death far beyond the designated military exclusion zones. Sailors aboard distant destroyers watched in stunned silence as the radioactive fallout blanketed their decks of gray steel. Desperate orders for evacuation and massive pressure washing were screamed, but the poison had already seeped in. Tewa instantly became the most raw and terrifying demonstration of human arrogance. The idyllic atoll was transformed into a silent dead zone, a sacrifice upon the altar of the Cold War. Detailed records of this monstrosity were quickly classified, burying the true scale of this global contamination. Today, decades after that blinding flash, the shattered guts of Bikini Atoll still radiate the ghost of those 5 megatons. The detonation completely shattered our naive illusion that we could control the power of the atom at will. That flash in 1956 was no triumph of physics. It was staring directly into the abyss of our own extinction. A colossal miscalculation that left a radioactive and indelible scar on the very heart of our planet. Tewa brutally taught us that, in the arms race, military victory, and global suicide look exactly the same. What are your thoughts on this? Let us know down in the comments. If history moves you as much as it moves us, subscribe to The Day That Changed Everything so you never miss a single event that shaped our world.